This video is an instructional guide on how to install an AC Combiner Box. Inside the package, you'll find the following components: a combiner box, mounting kit for GLTE dongle, split grid CT, and an installation guide. We recommend having these tools on hand. Please remember this: the task of the combiner box must be carried out by qualified persons only. The first step is to mount the combiner box. Install the mounting brackets into the combiner box and secure them using the provided screws. Next step is drilling conduit holes. Mark drilling spots on the bottom of the enclosure. Use a small drill bit to create shallow pilot holes where marked. Use a step drill bit to enlarge the holes to the required size for the conduit hub fittings. Insert conduit hub fittings into each corresponding hole and fully tighten the fittings. You can only create openings on the bottom side of the enclosure. Do not drill conduit holes on the top of the combiner box or any locations that may permit moisture ingress. When drilling, be aware of the internal parts of the combiner box. Mount the combiner box vertically onto the installation surface, securing it with number 8 screws or expansion screws as illustrated below. Recommendations for selecting installation location of the confluent box. The installation site must be convenient for electrical connection, operation, and maintenance. Additionally, it must be shielded from direct rainfall. The installation surface must be capable for the weight 15.43 pounds, dimensions, and cable length of the combiner box. To ensure proper air circulation, the installation site must have adequate clearances around the combiner box. The second step is installing breakers. The communication module, meter, ECU, and power supply has been pre-installed in the combiner box. Do not take any action regarding them to prevent potential damage. Step 1. Removing the dead front. Use an electric screwdriver to loosen the 4 screws supporting the dead front. Pull the dead front away from the combiner box. Remove the filter plate on the dead front for each breaker position to be used. Step 2. Mounting the breakers. In the position where you remove the filter plate, snap the breaker onto the PV load center. Please note that you need to install the breaker according to the position on the DET front. There needs to be a space in the middle. If you plan to install additional circuit breakers, supports up to 5 2-pole Eaton BR series breakers, not included. 1 for each PV branch circuit. The total rating of all breakers does not exceed 110A. Always follow NEC and local electrical codes during installation. The third step is connecting the circuit wiring to the panel. Pass the L1 conductors from each PV branch circuit through the PV-CT1 in the same direction as the arrow printed on the side of the CT. Pass the L2 conductors from each PV branch circuit through the PV-CT2 in the same direction as the arrow printed on the side of the CT. Connect the green, or green and yellow, ground wires to the ground bar. Following the same method, connect the L1, L2, and ground wires of PV2. Wire the L1 and L2 outputs from the combiner box's main connection point to the main solar circuit breaker. Attach the neutral wire to the neutral terminal and the ground wire. Next step is installing grid CTs. 2 PV CTs, solid core, for PV metering are already pre-installed and pre-wired in the combiner box upon delivery. The package also includes 2 grid CTs, split core, for grid metering. Position 2 grid CTs on the main load center, making sure the arrows marked on the CTs are aligned with the current flow to the grid. The provided grid CT is rated at 250A and the load current should or does not exceed 250A. Guide the grid CT LED wires from the mounting position through the conduit to the combiner box. Plug the white wire from the first gridside current transformer into the 31st hole, and the blue wire into the 33rd. Do the same for the second gridside transformer, plugging the white wire into 34 and the blue into 36. Remove the 4G LTE dongle accessory box and insert SIM card. Plug it into the USB interface of ECU-R. And you can connect Wi-Fi to supply network. I will introduce it later. In the end, we should power the combiner box. Firstly, reinstall the dead front. Make sure all breakers are in the off position. Turn on the main PV breaker. Turn on the communication module breaker. Turn on the other breakers. You can see that the meter has started normally. Wait briefly for the microinverters to boot up. If all connections are correct, the meter will display power. The ECU will start up. When the indicator light on the 4G LTE dongle flashes alternating blue and green, it shows that the power supply is normal, and you can check the network status in EMA Manager app. And the symbol on meter stands for meter communicating with ECU normally. If the communication between the ECU and the inverter is poor, there's a backup antenna inside the inverter box. You can replace the pre-installed antenna with it to improve the signal strength or signal quality. The electric meter transfers export or import power data and photovoltaic power generation data to the ECU-R via RS-485. Then, the ECU-R uploads the data to the EMA platform by using the 4G LTE dongle network. Users can monitor energy information on the EMA platform or via the mobile application. If you want to configure anti-backflow, after powering on, connect your phone to the ECU-R hotspot. Choose the Wi-Fi named after the UID on the combiner box. The default password is 88. We need to enter the UID of the inverter into the app. Access the ID management section within the workspace. Click Add to register the inverter. You can either scan the barcode on the inverter label or manually enter the inverter's ID. After entering the ID, click Sync. If the sync status for all inverters is shown as OK, it means the inverter UIDs have been successfully uploaded to the ECU. Return to the workspace and click on Inverter Connection Progress to monitor the networking progress. When it reaches 100%, the networking status will display OK, and the signal strength will be shown as normal, indicating the Zigbee network between the ECU and the inverters has been successfully established. Next step is setting meter in app. Enter the workspace and select Meter Settings. Click the Meter Function button, and you will see options to enable zero export and set the maximum allowable backflow power. This is a complete tutorial of the combiner box. You can check out our consultation and tutorials in the YouTube channel.